The Wanderer is a cocky, sarcastic butthole, and I love it.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. Don't tell me you actually thought I'd wake you up like that.
The moment I saw his character trailer, I knew that I was going to be rolling for him. The Wanderer is going to be getting his rerun soon, but how good is the Wanderer? Is he worth spending your precious Primo Gems on? I think that there are a lot of things that go into the pull value of a character. As I mentioned in the Klee video, if you really want a character, whether it's based on the character's design, their story, or their kit, doesn't really matter. If you really like a character, then go ahead and pull for them regardless of all of the other factors. That is what I did with Klee, and I did the same thing for the Wanderer. I didn't even really know what he did before I got him. I just saw his drip and I was like,
what is that, bro?
But unlike Klee, I think that the Wanderer actually does have some pull value, and not just because he is a ton of fun to use in combat. Hello, my name is Taiyuji, and I am here to answer the question, what is the Wanderer's actual pull value? The Wanderer is an Anemo DPS Catalyst user that is focused around using normal and charged attacks. This makes him pretty easy to use. Do you know how to left click on the mouse? Great. Do you know how to hold left click on the mouse? Oh my god, wonderful. You are a genshin genius. Before you start spamming normal and charged attacks though, you will first want to use the Wanderer's elemental skill. After using his skill, he jumps up, floats in the air, and you enter a new stance called the wind favored state. While in this mode, charge attacks do not consume stamina because you no longer have a stamina bar. Now you have this cool green bar. Wow. This meter slowly drains while you are in this floating state, and when it runs out, your elemental skill ends. But another cool thing about his skill is that at the start of it, when you are jumping into the air, it shoots out a little bit of anemo. And if you swirl some elements on your way up, you get bonus effects while in your wind favored state. Here is the list of bonuses that you get, and you can get up to 2 bonuses. If you swirl more than 2 elements, it doesn't matter. You will still only get 2 bonuses. Kind of unfortunate. I think they should have let you because reliably swirling more than 2 elements would be kind of hard to do anyways, so I don't really see a problem with it. But there is a downside to the Wanderer's elemental skill. As I said, while in the wind favored state, you don't have a stamina bar. Normally, when there's an enemy attack coming your way, you dodge through it so that you don't get hit. But dodging takes stamina, and you don't have stamina, so it instead pulls from your meter that you get when you enter the wind favored state. So every time you dodge, you are losing damage because you are eating through your meter. Luckily, the Wanderer does get a passive with his Ascension 4 that helps with this a little bit. Every time you normal attack or charge attack, you get a 16% chance to get the descent effect, which will look like this. You will get a small glow effect on the Wanderer's character model, and now the next dodge you do will not consume any meter, and you will also shoot off some missiles made of condensed air, which is pretty cool. But this effect still doesn't help enough, and you still feel very vulnerable while in the wind favored state. Because also, if you get hit, you don't get a normal I got hit animation. You get the Wanderer flops harder than an NBA player during the playoffs. He is so dramatic every time he gets hit, and it takes way longer to recover from this animation than getting hit normally on the ground. But there is a workaround for this. You just hold E. Zhongli back at it again. He saves the day every time. Holding E can solve all of your problems. You don't feel like dodging enemy attacks? Just hold E. You don't feel like paying taxes? Just hold E. No maidens? Just hold E. It feels so much better playing as the Wanderer when you have a shield. And you don't necessarily need Zhongli. There are a lot of different shield choices. You can use Diona, Noelle, Kirara, C4 Tank Faye, or Layla, who is currently free to get right now during patch 3.8. Yeah, you don't need a shield, but it feels so much more comfortable to play with one. And when the Wanderer is getting his damage off, when you are soaring above everyone, looking down on them, like how dare these lowly peasants think even for a second that they could ever come close to defeating me, when you are looking down on them with disdain, yelling, "You dare to gaze upon me?" When you are in rhythm, the Wanderer feels amazing. It is unfortunate that I feel like I need a shielder though, but you know, what are you gonna do? As I said, the Wanderer is an Anemo DPS character, and I think that DPS characters are not necessary for your account. Characters like Hu Tao are not necessary. Arataki Ito, Shao, Sino is not necessary. These are the characters that you pull for because you really want that character, because since these characters need certain units to get the max value out of them, that means that all of your other pulls are going to be centered around that main DPS until you can assemble your team. With Arataki Ito, you will probably want Goro, Albedo, Zhongli, maybe you want a Bennett or Official. With the Wanderer, you want a Shielder, so you might also pull for Zhongli. Maybe you want a Hypercarry Wanderer, so you also want Farazan and Bennett. The point is, on-field DPS units need help, which means that you are going to be pulling for not only the Wanderer, but for other characters if you don't already have the team that you want. That is why I don't think these characters are necessary, but that is strictly talking about making a cohesive team. That's Spiral Abyss talk. The Wanderer has another far better use that I think makes his pull value skyrocket. The Wanderer in the overworld is incredible. When you are doing your commissions, when you are out picking berries, when you are out for general exploration, the Wanderer buff is unlike any other character. Let me explain. In Genshin Impact, the maps have been getting bigger. The desert is ginormous and it takes a while to traverse certain areas. I have been wanting some kind of mount system because of this, and I am not alone in that. If you were able to have a horse, a Pegasus, a dragon, a griffin, some kind of animal or thing that you ride that increases your movement speed, that would make exploration even more enjoyable. But instead of giving us a mount, they wanted money. So they kind of gave us versions of mounts within characters. You see this in Yelan's elemental skill increasing your movement speed, and Kazuha's skill giving you a vertical boost making climbing easier. But the Wanderer's elemental skill has both. With it, you can hold down the sprint button to propel yourself forward like a goddamn airbender, but you can also repeatedly tap the jump button to ascend until your meter runs out. He is a character that makes horizontal and vertical exploration easier. What an absolute mad lad. Not only that, but him being a character that is based around normal and charge attacks makes clearing out mobs very easy, because you don't have to wait until you have enough energy to use an elemental burst. Yes, he might not be the greatest character for clearing the most variations of the Spiral Abyss, but I think that overworld comfort is important, especially because 99% of the time, you are playing in Genshin Impact's overworld. And for that reason alone, I cannot recommend the Wanderer enough. Not only is he an absolute joy to play, but he has some great exploration tools. And I think that is pretty important, especially because I do not think that we will ever be getting mounts in Genshin Impact, even though I still want them really badly. Overall, my thoughts on the Wanderer are that he is a character that is very fun to play. He has one of the best kits for exploration because he has access to both enhanced horizontal and vertical movement. He does a lot of damage without really trying. If you have a step on me kink, that's a plus, but he does need a shield for true comfy gameplay. Getting knocked out of the air feels really bad. He is not really going to help you clear the Spiral Abyss any faster over other characters. But I don't think that the Spiral Abyss is the only thing that matters here. Fun is always the most important thing for me. So, is the Wanderer worth pulling for? In my personal opinion, I think that he is, because of how much fun he has been to play and how much easier exploring Sumeru has been with him on my team. But if you don't have fun playing as the Wanderer, if you don't like his design, if you think he's annoying, then how much fun could you really have? Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And just remember, you don't have to believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believe in the me that believes in you. And I'll see you in the next video.